couldn't get that kind of performance with a normal muffler. That's all to do with the straight pipe. So we're gonna stick this son of a bitch in fucking probably in, I don't know what that is there, probably B1. We got this big fucking thing behind it here. We're gonna just step it out of the way. Well, I used the 7721 for about 25 feet and the feeder housing quit turning. Looked at it for a minute, couldn't see anything, to hell with it. So, got 1682 in the 9600. 1682 is leaving not bad straw actually. And instead of Amanda was running the 9600 and Dad was going to run the 1682 and I was going to do the 7721, but we all kind of, well, Amanda and I traded positions. She went and got the 4440 in the baler and she's baling the straw right behind us, which is kind of good too. That's getting done all at the same time here that way. So anyway, Pee Wee Herman in here with me. And yeah, the oats are pumping pretty good here. Sam's trucking. And we should have a hopper again here before too much longer. Dad's been dumping more often than me, but I've been kind of picking up all these shorter swaths so he doesn't have to do it with the pull type that way. And then stopped for a little bit with Amanda because you're had two bales that didn't want to tie right. Got that figured out, and then as soon as we got that sorted, we run out of net wraps. So I went and gave her a hand to put the new roll in. She pretty well had it done by the time I got there, but whatever, I can say I helped. Anyways, other than that, we're gonna keep on thrashing. I think we'll have her done here tonight actually. So there's 60 acres out here and we're getting down to the middle part of it, so I suppose keep on combining here and we'll can't see it in my window yet, so bring you back in a few.
It's not in my window either.
There isn't? Good. What do you figure?
Good.
Can I get out now?
Yeah.
I can.
No. Lift it up.
Not yet, but slow down a little bit because it gets heavy up here. There you go. Oh, almost. There's your full bin alarm. We'll probably leave it down because there's oats all the way through it, okay? Your feet don't touch.
No.
There you go. Lift your pickup up a little bit. Yeah. There you go. You can speed up a little bit. There you go. You put your pickup down now as you're coming out of the hole.
Down. What's
Yeah,
down?
down. This the other way. There you go. There's that better now that you can touch the floor.
Yep.
How old are you?
8.
Oh yeah. That's good enough, eh?
Yep.
Here, do it like a real man. Put a hand on the spinner and one on the hydro. There you go. And speed up a little because it's late again. There you go. Oh, wheel her back around. Oh, you got her. Don't wipe out Mummy's bail though. She'll get mad at you.
Oh, that's it. Wait. Up. This is up.
Yeah. There, lift it up. Hey, just keep going straight so you don't swing your ass into the bale. Alright, now you can turn. That away. Well, that's it, that's all. Right?
Yep.
Don't really know what it did yet because I wasn't really counting how many trucks left. Did pretty good though, I think. Find out when we get home and see what's in the bin. We got this, we're pretty well full. And then there's one full dump on the Detroit over here too, so I'll have that truck. Not right full, but it'll have a jag on anyway. Amanda's still baling away. We'll bring a few pieces of machinery home because there's a bunch of crackheads, well, one in particular that lives around here, so don't need him. Don't need little Bradley coming out and stealing everything out of all the fucking machinery and sucking the fuel out of it, right?
Yep.
Fucking little loser. Anyway, one day he'll get shot, but anyway, we'll get this dumped, bring you back in a bit. Shut up, you fucking thing. Well, next day we're into my wheat. I've just been swathing ahead of the 9600 and baling at the same time. Kind of picking and choosing where we go because it's not all ready yet, but there's a kind of a shitty forecast on the way. Making some with twine here. I like keeping the twine working on this baler, even though they use net wrap for just about all of it. I like to make sure the twine arms and mechanisms are all still working, because if your net wrap ever had a catastrophic failure, you would be able to keep on baling that way. Just switch over to twine instead of sitting waiting on an actuator or something for a fucking week. You know how it goes. Didn't have my door latched. Yeah, so anyway, Amanda's in the 9600 and Dad's doing a little bit of repair work on the 1682. There's a sprocket that come apart on the pickup. Set screw broke off on it, so he'll be, once he's out here with it, I'll go back to the swather, because then I'll have a harder time keeping ahead of two of them. So anyway, bring you back here in a little bit. Well, getting to be a pretty long day. I started this game at, I guess I was out here at 5 when I started swathing, and I think now is like, it's 20 to 9, so it's not too late yet, but I probably got an hour or so, I think, of cutting to go here yet on this quarter of canola. Just a nice steady rain right now outside, actually, and that's perfect for canola swathing. It actually feeds better, cuts better, knocks the swath down so the wind can't blow it away, and it'll actually wash the green out of it a bit and make the straw rot so it's easier to combine. We'll see how well we can do this one-handed. I was just stopped, had to get Amanda to bring me some hydraulic oil. I got a steel line on the header that's leaking. Have to address tomorrow, but I wanted to get this quarter done. I mean, it's leaking, but not anything too crazy. So this is probably one of the better crops of canola I've had in a long time here. Come on, you bastard. Some of it's pretty light and shitty, but majority of it is heavy, so trying to make it keep feeding through the holes kind of challenging at times, actually. So that's kind of nice for the way the year's been. It's hopefully it surprises a guy when we get in here with the combine anyways. So anyway, this is hard to video and steer and speed up and slow down and lift the header up and down and move the reel up and down as it needs. So I'll keep cutting. I'll bring you guys back here in a little while, maybe. Had to clean my windows a little bit. I should have got her to bring me a squeegee when she came, but I never thought of it, so. Looks like shit compared to these nice ones on the cab up here. This is a quarter with it's got some pretty wild drainage ditches on it too, so just one more added bonus of things to contend with here when you're trying to video. Keep going off into the darkness here. Well, it's the next day. It just waited. It just fucking waited for me. You know it did. Jesus Christ. So, the old girl is all back together. I hired a buddy that does a little bit of wrenching like that. He's got a mobile shop. Goes around and does whatever, so he took him about a day to do that. I ran to the city, got the bearings early in the morning, and he put her all back together. I just did a bearing back in here, and we're changing this chain, that big chain, and then I've got one more that goes on here, and then we've got another small chain goes on this side right here. So I thought I just got this all back together, marked my flapper paddles before we took it apart, because you have to time them, which is something I didn't know when I first bought this thing, whatever, just about 10 years ago now. I did not know that, so Dad and I done a couple bearings and all the chains, and we had them all lined up. Pulled into the canola, and oh my God, just kept stopping the feeder hose, Grandpa Henry came out and he's like, why are you having all the problems? And I told him, and he said, well, did you time your flappers or your feed paddles? I was like, no. So lined it up the way they're supposed to be, like how he said, and 100% after that. So anywho, we're gonna get this other chain on here. See, and then when one's coming up, one's coming down, because when they're timed, then they're both pulling on the same piece of material then, right? So anywho, we will get that other chain on, and our chains, and you gotta put the rotor screener back in, and then I've got some work I want to do on the chopper, and we're gonna put the chopper back ahead because I don't need any wheat straw. We're gonna have barley and oats. Yeah, well, other than that bit that we dropped at the 9600 there, just because the chopper isn't on it, because I'd sent it away to get balanced. We got to put it back on yet, and we wanted to get combining there yesterday, or try it anyways. So anyway, I think that's how I'm going to leave you guys for this one. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, comment, subscribe for more, all that good stuff. And I suppose we'll talk to you in the next one. With a normal muffler, that's all to do with the straight pipe. So we're gonna stick this son of a bitch in fucking probably in, I don't know what that is there, probably B1. We got this big fucking thing behind it. We're gonna just dip it out of the way.